Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It is me, your mate Narlin. Now, today's video, we are going to have a look at some of the changes in Season 3 to the menus, where you can find things, and just a little bit of a general explanation over Season 3, Faction Wars, and bits and pieces. But before I get into this, there's a couple of things, couple of announcements. So please stick around. Don't go away. I know that you're looking at this video and you're going, do I want to stick around for however many minutes this is? Please stick around because there's a couple of things I want to mention. First of all, a massive shout out to all my subscribers. For those of you who are watching now, thank you so much for subscribing and continuing to support my little channel. And as of doing this video, I am sitting at 199 subscribers. So if you are not a subscriber, you are watching this right now, please consider being my 200th subscriber. If by the time you've watched this video I've got over 200, then please subscribe anyway, because the more subs the better it is. Alright, now today in little old New Zealand, which is where I am filming this video from, you'd think it's the Indian Ocean, but it's not. I'm filming from New Zealand. It is Labor Day, so this is our first public holiday in about 4 months in New Zealand. So I am celebrating by doing a couple of Skull and Bones videos. How exciting is that? As I've just gone past a whole bunch of enemies who are trying to get me at the moment. We're just going to ignore those because we're heading into St. Anne, so I can show you some of the changes to Season 3. So buckle up. It's not going to be a very long video. I just wanted to go through and just give you a little bit of a what are those books from back in the early or late 90s, early 2000s? A Dummy's Guide to the Internet, A Dummy's Guide to Politics, all that kind of stuff. Here's a little bit of a Dummy's Guide to the Season 3 menu changes and how are you going to find stuff in Season 3. So this is going to be one of two videos I'm doing today. I'm going to do another video on the Sloop of War, which I can now get for one mission. So keep an eye out for that. And as we jump into St. Anne, we're going to have a look at these menus. So for those of you who have been playing Skull and Bones for the past year and a half, a lot of this stuff is not going to make a lick of difference to you because you probably know everything, and watching these videos is purely entertainment out of interest. But for those of you who are relatively new to Skull and Bones, you will notice that the menus have changed. Now this is a relatively regular occurrence in Skull and Bones. They do change the menus around a little bit. So let's have a look at what has changed. So first of all, we're going to jump over to the seasonal hub. Now, this is quite good. What they've done here with the seasonal journey is quite a good thing, because what happens is if you go into the seasonal journey, it now gives you like a pathway for the missions that you're doing. So these missions here are based on Scorlock, or Sherlock, whatever you call him, Sherlock, his missions. And there's also some Blackwood missions that you can complete as well to complete your roadmap, I suppose. So where I'm at the moment is I'm up to this one here, which is complete the Jailbird quest. Okay, so we can go and have a look at that. But effectively what you want to do is you want to be working your way through this roadmap to Season 3, because each time you claim a reward, it gives you a different effect. So the very first one gives you plus 2% hull health, right? So it's only a little buff, but it all adds up. The next one, plus 50 ship armor, and as you can see, you can go through and you get all sorts of buffs depending on when you complete and what you complete. Now these can be weapon buffs, so Culverin damage, for example, plus 2%. Nice little one for me because I love my Culverins, right? Torpedo boost, for example. So you can see that this is a nice, clear pathway to Season 3, right? And there's quite a bit there, but look, it's not going to take me too long to get through those, and it's not going to take you too long to get through those as well, right? So once you get to the end of this, that is your Season 3 roadmap complete. So that is the Season 3 journey. Now, the other thing to be aware of is if you have a look in the top left-hand corner here, you've got your journey tips, and then if you move your D-pad across to the right, here's your challenges. Okay, so this is where you're going to find your weekly challenges. As you can see, I still need to do one more plunder. I'm going to go and do that shortly because I really want to get those smuggler's marks. Alright, because that's my roadmap to getting the Sloop of War, because I do not get the smuggler's pass each season. I'm one of these people who does it old school, and if you are one of those people, you want to be doing these challenges to help get your Sloop of War. Right, so that is the seasonal journey. Oh, I just exited out of there. So we'll go back into this. So the other thing that you've got here is the faction wars. Okay, so this is another way to get to your faction war breakdown. So you can see here that I have maxed out my war assets and for another 8 days, right? So in 8 days time, what's going to happen if we have a look at the war map, what's going to happen is that these battles in these areas here are going to complete. Okay, so that area there and that area there are going to complete, and 2 more areas are going to be opened up for the faction wars. Okay, so that's what's going to happen in 8 days time, and then your war assets are going to basically go back to 0. Okay, if we go back into here, and then you'll be able to claim the next 10 war asset rewards, I suppose, right? And that's going to happen all the way through the season. Okay, so the season's got another 80 odd days to go, and what you're going to see is each time period or each battle period, once that's over, there's 6 battle periods. Those are going to update, and you're going to unlock the rest of those. Okay, now the way you get those is by partaking in the faction wars, by collecting war assets, and I did do a video on the faction wars, so go and have a look at that video, and that'll break down how you get your war assets. Right, now again we'll go back into the top right corner here, and we will see territories captured, for example. Okay, none yet because we're still in the first phase. And then you've got your victory rewards. Okay, so this is when the war ends. So the victor takes 10,000 pieces of 8, plus you get all that kit there, right? And the defeated team, which is going to be the DMC. Sorry if you're DMC, but I'm afraid that the Compound Yi is going to win the faction war. The defeated rewards will get 5,000 pieces of 8. Cool. Right, and then there's some information on how the faction wars work. So that is the second menu in the seasonal hub. The third one is your smuggler's pass. So this is where you find your smuggler's pass now. And again, what's important here, you can see I've got 24 smuggler's marks now. I need 45 to get my Sloop of War. So I'm just a touch over halfway there, and I think by this time next week I will have the Sloop of War. So let's have a look at the menu here. Now this hasn't changed too much from Season 2, but effectively you've got your upgrades, your upgrade parts that you get each 10 marks that you get. Then we go to the rewards. So this is basically after you've earned all 90 marks, and you can go and collect or go and purchase these with your leftover smuggler's marks. And here is the the challenges, the seasonal challenges. So this is the key part to earning your smuggler's marks, is by completing these challenges. And you can see I've got some partially completed, and others which I haven't even started yet. And then you've got all my completed challenges so far, which has helped me get the 24 marks that I've got so far. All right, so that's where you can find your seasonal challenges. Really important to focus on those. Then you've got your boosters, which I've got quite a few of there that I barely ever use, and then your information screen. So that is basically the Smuggler's Pass portion of this particular menu. Right. Next, we have the Requiem of the Lost. Now this event starts in 1 day, so it hasn't started yet. So I can't tell you too much about this, other than the fact that it will be starting in a day. And ship skin, so that can be applied to the snow. All right, so it's new ship skin. So that is effectively what the seasonal hub menu is all about. Now we're just going to flick over quickly two spaces over to the Smugglers Wars. So you've got the Smugglers Wars map here, which is the hub for the Smugglers, for the Faction Wars, I should say. This is your hub for that, so you can see there's a war cargo in progress right now. There is a Dutch war convoy that you can do if you are DMC. Another war cargo there, and of course that's the hub for where you can see what's going on with the faction wars. Right, so there is now 3 map menus. So you've got your main map menu here, right? You've got your faction wars map menu, and then you've got your smugglers, your Helm Empire menu as well. So you can see my Helm is in dire need of some attention there, as a lot of them are out of money and I need to top them up. Right, so that is your 3 different menus, your 3 different maps that you can see now. That is basically all I wanted to run through. It was just a quick breakdown to show you exactly what this new menu system is, and hopefully you understand it. It takes a little while to get your head around, but once you do, you're good to go. Now you can also see here your seasonal calendar, right? So if you push square on PlayStation, you can see the seasonal roadmap here as well. And that goes right into January. Okay, January 2026. I know it's a long way away. It's actually not that long away. Not that far away, I should say. So hopefully that's explained it. If you've got any questions, fire them into the comments. Please give me a like. Please be my 200th subscriber or my 210th subscriber. That would be awesome. I will be doing another video today, so watch out for that. Until next time, have a good one.